Have no fear, Mr. Organic is here. Gotta start from the seed. Everybody see, where I'm at now. The gloriousness, the Corvettes, the beard, the chains, the hoes, the clothes, the crib. But you gotta know where all this shit started. You know what I mean? Like I always say, it's SRTF. You gotta start at the seed to get to the root, get to the tree, and consume the fruit.
All right. Have no fear. Count Draco was here, keeping it pure and theatrical. We at the Stock and Barrel Gun Club. We in the Caliber Club. And my man Mike. How you doing, Mike?
Awesome. You know, a lot of times when we're here, we like to do a lot of stuff with modern weapons, military style weapons,
right.
The flashy weapons, right? But it's always good to kind of step back and look in that rearview mirror
right.
and see where we came from.
Got on the heritage of the greatness.
What I have in my hand right now is probably one of the most favorite of collector weapons from the early modern period of firearms. So that's that post-World War II era.
They're very tight.
Yeah. So this gun is called the Colt Python.
Wow.
It is chambered in 357 Magnum.
357 Magnum.
And so it's interesting, you mentioned Dirty Harry.
Right.
So the guys that Dirty Harry took on in the first movie, Magnum Force, were actually used Colt Pythons, right?
Real.
Yeah, and well, Dirty Harry used Smith & Wesson Model 29.
Gotcha.
The funny thing about the 29, nobody wanted that gun. Nobody was interested in that gun. That gun was dying. And then that movie came out, and everybody had to have one, all right?
That was marketed at its best.
Yeah, you bet. Now, this gun, when it came out on the market, was really sold as a premium firearm. And it was really the first gun that Colt made specifically for the 357 Magnum. They made a lot of 38s, and Colt was really known for their 1911s and that sort of stuff. But
you think Colt was in 1911?
Right. Smith had been out with the 357 Magnum for quite a while. In fact, they had a Magnum weapon that Patton carried, and it had been around since the mid-30s.
Okay.
But Colt, when they made this gun, they didn't want to just make another copy of Smith & Wesson. So understand that Colt and Smith & Wesson have been Coke and Pepsi in the revolver world for a long, long time. Right? Going back to the Colt Peacemaker, the cowboy gun everybody thinks about, the gun you see in every single Western, of course, right? At the
Lone Ranger gun.
You bet. And at the time, Smith & Wesson had a gun called the Schofield, right? Or the Model 3 of the Russian. We'll be looking at those guns
every
point,
of course.
Those are, and so they've been at each other for a long time. The swing out revolver, so as soon as the cylinders could swing out, this became part of, Colt would make one, Smith would make one better, and Colt would make one better, and Smith would make one better.
Right.
But then Colt sort of diverted, right, and starting at the turn of the century, made a lot of auto guns, right? And so Colt really diversified their platform. Smith really stayed in revolvers until the modern era when they would diversify as well.
Makes sense.
In 1955 is when Colt started to make the Python. I'll just show you a couple quick things.
There you go. Let's get that big Python.
So when you look at a Smith and how it rotates, it rotates counterclockwise. You see that this gun rotates clockwise.
Right.
Now, why is that important? Well, if we're looking here, and this is going to be hard for you to show them, but maybe you want to try a picture and slip it in there, right? Because this is the turning arm right there.
Okay.
On a Smith & Wesson, it's over there.
Okay, let's bring it close to
Yeah,
it.
okay.
There you go. A bird eye view. You see that? It's a turning arm. It's on this side. Smith & Wesson has it on this side, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Come on, man. Get all the good information.
Yeah. Now, the thing where that really makes a difference is that every time a Smith rotates, the arm is pushing it into the direction of the rotation,
right?
And it's actually pushing it towards the opening, right?
Yeah.
And so you develop a lot of slop in a Smith & Wesson that you don't develop here because when this one is pushing the rotation, it's pushing it away from the opening.
Right.
Right? And so it's just a stronger lockup on the gun. They did a couple other things too. So this full piece right here, that bottom lug, is all steel. That's full, right? So it's a lot of guns that'll be hollow. Here it was full steel. And then they use this rib system, and this holds some weight on the top without making the gun top heavy. And you can feel when you hold the gun
Right.
She just balances really well.
Oh yeah.
Right?
It does. It make
Yeah.
your wrist just lock on.
Yeah, you bet. And now when you can go ahead and dry fire this gun, go ahead and pull the trigger, and notice that the trigger, you feel how it falls before you're really ready for it to fall.
Right.
Right?
It's already here.
One of the things that we tell new shooters is the bang should come as a surprise.
Right.
So having a weapon like this where the trigger breaks this way
Right.
actually helps improve the accuracy. And it really was one of the most accurate firearms that came out. Now, 1955 is an interesting year for Colt. We know of Colt, right? Been around since 1836, right? Samuel Colt starts the company. And Samuel Colt, of course, is an American icon, right? One of my favorite quotes is, you know, God made man, Sam Colt made them all equal,
Damn
right? So Samuel Colt is really this this incredible guy, this incredible story. It builds up this huge company, which was really one of the great American companies until 1955.
What happened there?
In 1955, the company was bought up by a company called Pratt Whitney. And Pratt Whitney is a famous name too, but from aircraft engines.
Okay.
So another great American corporation. But in 1955, Pratt Whitney wasn't a great American organization. It had already been bought out by another conglomerate.
Oh man.
And so it got bought out by an investor group. In the same way in modern day we think of like Remington
Yeah.
and how much that brand has gone down the line is because it was bought out by the same group that looks at the bottom dollar and not the quality of the gun.
Yeah.
And this would lead to a downfall for Colt. They would stop producing a lot of guns. They would become very distracted by attempting to get military contracts with the AR. They would lose a ton of money. And from that period to now, they've been bankrupt 9 to 10 times, right? And they just don't make the same guns and the same quality guns. So they don't make them. You bet. You bet. But so this was the last great gun. This is the last gun that they really made where quality mattered. It's 1955, and this is an era where technology is expensive, but labor is cheap, right? And so they have people who can spend the extra time to do this, and they would make this gun in a similar fashion for the next 40 years. I mean, it would run, it would have a really long run.
4 years.
Yep. And they would have it. And so it's kind of funny. So now a used gun, so like this gun right here is used. It has Packmeyer grip, so it doesn't have the original grip.
Okay, a little different grip.
Right? Yeah. And so that would normally take the value down
A little bit.
but this gun is still worth $52,000.
God damn, let me hold
Yeah.
you the whole time.
Yeah.
It doesn't look proper on me.
Yeah.
It doesn't look bad.
So,
what are you doing?
Yeah,
Python.
Pythons
The style of
yeah.
this. What's up, baby?
Yeah, Pythons that are basically new in the box, that are untouched, that have the box they originally came in,
Right.
are worth upwards of well over $4,000 or even $5,000.
What's a
Yeah. So
that's a collector's
now
item.
it's funny is so a lot of people hear that and go, that's crazy, you know. It's like they'll talk about, you know, I should have kept mine that I bought in 1970, or I should have, you know, I should have bought one in 1960. It's like, well, the reason why you didn't buy one then is the same reason you're not buying one now. They were really
It was a
expensive
thing.
then,
It was a thing.
because these were actually premium handguns.
Wow.
And
Still
this was, in my opinion, this is the last really great product that Colt put out. Now, I mean, I'm not bagging on Colt and everything they do.
Right.
They still make some very good guns. They're specialist guns. They're guns that go to their custom shop are still remarkably good. But what made this gun special was every one of these was special. Every Python that came off the line
You felt like something
was,
about that Python.
yeah, you bet, was unique and special. It's kind of interesting. The 6-inch version has made sort of a big comeback because it features heavily in the Walking Dead series.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
from Walking Dead.
Yeah, so this is now. I
They
don't,
didn't make like a Walking Dead special edition or nothing like that.
I don't think so. No.
What they doing marketing that?
Yeah,
Walking Dead people, y'all
it's-
get on.
Colt stopped making this gun long before The Walking Dead ever came out.
Gotcha.
So I am going to tell my friends something though.
Okay.
Right? In the zombie apocalypse,
Right.
where the zombies are really attracted to noise, and there is a lot of them.
Right.
This is the worst gun choice you can
All
make
you zombie killers, don't
Yep.
get no loud ass motherfucking gun, man.
with 6 rounds in it.
That's
right?
it.
Okay, you need a gun that you can suppress.
Fully
You can't
auto
suppress
shot.
Yeah, right. We want
Real smooth
that's
and knock
what we
it
want.
down.
So just as a technical point,
Just have a lot of bullets.
no, for zombie killing.
Stop it.
Yes.
Walking Dead is not a good goddamn representation of real zombie killers.
Yes.
Stop thinking that you're gonna use that. You're
Yeah.
gonna die.
No,
You're gonna eat your brain.
You're gonna die. By the way, all of the weapon choices in Walking Dead, crossbows, samurai sword.
Right.
No. Suppressed 22s.
Yeah, just
Yeah. Real silent.
all
Down
headshots.
they go. All very accurate. Now, if you're a collector, big yes.
Yeah.
Big yes on this firearm because
I like it.
I mean, Python is just one of those guns that.
So what? And then they named it Python because it's long like a snake. Or,
Well, so they actually have a whole series of snake guns.
oh.
They got pythons, diamondbacks, anacondas, cobras.
I'm gonna need anaconda because you know, ladies know anaconda.
There you go. They're all just a little bit different. And
Right.
there's some different things to them. But the python was the king of the snake guns.
Hey, we're liking this, man.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and shoot this and let you know how it go. You're gonna see it bang, bang, bang. It's like the apocalypse part 2. Get out here. All right, now, big dirty Harry status, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what we on. Even though he didn't have one, he was pretending the bad guys had him.
Bad
But we
guys
gonna
had
say
the
it's
pythons.
yeah, the bad guys had the
Smith &
python.
Wesson 29.
He had the baby little Smith & Wesson.
So this one,
Uh-oh.
revolvers are easy peasy, right?
Right, let me see that bullet though. Don't try to trick me, Mike. Trying to set me up. Easy peasy. I know what's coming next. A big ass damn rhino bullet. God. Come on, there's some of your peck is smaller than this, man. Look at this thing, man. Golly. This is something this ain't nothing to play with right here. Big presidential bullet, man. Come on,
That
man.
is true, and this is a representation of you. Make sure you get a big gun. It'll
Damn right, just to overcompensate, baby. This that Jack Ruby gun. You ran up on Lee Harvey Oswald, gutted him. Same one he used.
He actually did use a Colt.
See?
Yeah, it was a Colt Cobra though. It was much smaller.
A little smaller, but he had a Colt.
He
Come on now. I know my gun shit now. He had a Cobra, we got the Python. I'm doing it bigger than Jack Ruby, man.
All right. Now, when you pick this up, you can shoot it with one hand, you can shoot it with. What you don't want to do is you don't want to get your hand
Right.
in front of that cylinder.
Right.
Because there's a lot of flash that comes out of that fire. And it could burn your hand,
I
right?
don't want to burn that. All right.
Good. Now, you just really low, right?
Okay.
So you go ahead and just low. There you go. Now just pull it and try to keep it straight. There you go. Good. Now with your right thumb, go ahead and cock that.
Right here?
Yep. There you go.
Ooh.
Now you
that's
feel how
crazy.
light that trigger pull is,
Oh,
right?
that's why they be cocking it early like that.
You bet.
In old movies, they already pull that back.
Yep.
All right, get it up.
There you go.
Woo, come
Good.
on now. We take him out round. I'm gonna hit him in the damn head.
There you go. Good.
How
Perfect.
many I got one more?
Nope, that's all you got, right?
Well, you lucky. I was gonna.
We're gonna load him back up, right?
Yeah, let me get the one hand on him.
Yeah.
I hit his damn head. I scalped him.
You can
Drop that.
that.
If people like revolvers, you know, I know you offensive motherfuckers like revolvers because you don't leave your shell cases. I know y'all like to get them.
Yeah.
I know what you want that for. I know. Like the big jugs and all those. We gotta get those too. The big shotgun shells in it. All right, run it again. Now you see the difference of this pulling the trigger and then pulling it back and then shooting. It's a difference.
Right, you bet. So when you pull it back,
Right. 'Cause
you know,
I see
you're
the
looking
movies,
at
they
an
be like,
extremely light trigger
Boy,
pull.
you better don't move. And they
Yeah. There you go. Good.
son of a don't move. Woo!
There you
Come
go.
on now. Huh? Come on now. Precise. Hit his head again. Woo! Top of the
That
hole.
was the same hole. That was
Let me get
nice.
bullseye.
There you
Ooh,
go.
that boy,
Good.
I'm a shooter. That's it. I hit that same hole, man. Hey,
Yeah.
I really am an assassin type.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, they used to ask me like in 3rd grade, which one would be I said I want to work for the CIA and be an assassin. That's what I told them.
I can see that because you like blend in so well.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Not now. It would have been a legendary thought. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Well, you see the accuracy. Let's zoom that in real quick, Mike. They think I be playing. Look at this guy aim. Bullet.
I like this.
That headshot. Look at that. Doubled up. Come on, man. Good in the 8s. Come on.
For the first time handling a revolver,
Right.
I mean, it's different.
It's different.
I mean, if you shoot semi-autos, you know, look how long the
Right.
trigger pull
It's
is.
a long pull, especially if you don't already pull it back and boom.
Well,
If you're
once-
going straight from here, it's
Once
different.
you learn how to do it, right, you can
become way more accurate.
Right.
And really enjoy shooting.
That's why, yeah, at the end, when I had the one hand, I start feeling it. Boom. Boom, I started enjoying that. I started just want to do that.
It's easy to shoot.
Right. Legendary, man. Python. Shout out to Jack Ruby. Shout out to Clint Eastwood, Dirty Harry, and what's the other guys that had them?
Magnum.
The Magnums.
Force.
Magnum Force. Drop it on them. So now we're going to do a little, matter of fact, we still here, Stock and Barrel Gun Club. Basically come here and shoot all type of guns. But he actually gave me some good information how to shoot it a little bit better. It's called a J-hook. You know what I'm saying?
So most people everybody's taught to fire with the pad of their finger. And everybody says, that's how you got to do it, that's how you got to do it.
Right.
Pad of the finger, right? Well, when you're dealing with a short trigger pull, that sometimes can be all right. But a lot of people will push the gun left, or in your case, push the gun right.
Right.
Because their fingers are so long, they're actually coming way off the gun here.
Right.
So sometimes it makes more sense to J-hook the gun and go right onto the joint. And when you pull it, it's easier to keep it straight. So let's shoot a couple with a J-hook grip.
Now for the J-hook grip. Now, J-hooking it up. 3. Here we go.
Let me slip over on this side right here.
So, get it all the way up in there?
So get it all the way up on there.
You gotta get to the G-spot.
If we can put it in like in that joint, that might be perfect, right?
Yeah. Oh, so now it's the, I feel it.
So now when you come straight back.
Right. I'm there.
Good. Now, this time I want you to exhale and squeeze. Good. Just keep walking that down. There we go. Beautiful. Absolutely perfect.
That boy's a shooter.
There you go. There you go. Wow. Okay.
That's why I did so good in the street.
Let's bring this back here. let's sort of talk through this a little bit right here, right? So one there, right? And then we started feeling it. Right there, right there. And then boom. You see that's 2 holes, folks. That's not 1 hole, that's 2 holes.
Hey, certified. Hey, y'all still got Creeper Rays? What y'all need? Navy SEALs? You need me? I'll get there and help you out. 3 of them.
I made this go completely out of focus.
That's all right. It happens sometimes. You don't gotta be in focus sometimes, man. We still in focus. Now we back.
When you're teaching somebody to shoot, try to remember they're an individual, right? We learn our ways, right, according to Hoyle, but then look at that individual. Is their hand bigger? Is their hand smaller? Do they need to stand this way or need to stand that way?
Right.
What we know we're supposed to do isn't always the right answer for everybody.
No question.
And so for you, I mean, it's easier to remember you're an individual more than most people, right?
Right, no question.
You're like uber individual.
Yeah, I'm a super.
But you gotta understand, this is a big man with a big hand.
Right.
And trying to be way off on that pad, it's actually causing you more problems.
Right, because when I did that J-hook, the accuracy straight lined them up and down. Look at these 4 is almost in sync with each other. That's 1, 2. That's 2 in there, by the way. Lined up, pure.
And we're not getting that left shift anymore. We're getting
and there's only 6 shots in there. So after the 2, I found my rhythm, and then beep, beep, beep.
Yep.
Come on, man. Legendary, man.
What
a great instructor right here. Great legendary individual teaching the guard how to do it right. Come to Stock and Barrel Gun Club and get your game together with the guns. I want to shoot like Mr. Organ. I know. Come on. Stock and Barrel Gun Club, and make sure you use the Capital Club if you really want to be back with all this and that and that and that. Come on now. 3 of them.